Marylyn, it's hard to believe, but the legislature will be back in session 1 month from now. Taxes will certainly be a really big topic.
Yes, a big topic, and a lot of farmers are entering the conversation as well, especially when it comes to property tax relief. Here's part 3 of our series. Rebalancing Nebraska's tax structure. Nebraska Farm Bureau has a plan to move the state to ease the reliance on property tax and bring the three-legged stool idea back to balance between property, income, and sales tax. The plan lowers property tax portion from about 45% down to about 40%. Last week, we discussed what would happen the first year.
Right.
What would happen?
What we're proposing in year 1 are really 2 things.
About $160 million of property tax reform in the first year. About half of that comes from changing the percent evaluation of ag land from 75% to 65%.
And the other half would come from additional general fund dollars into the already existing property tax credit program.
Year 2 of the plan here, what would happen then?
The different ideas we have really total up more than $405 million, and it's because there's lots of different ways to get there. And we've been talking about this as a roadmap to tax reform, and as with any roadmap, there's where you are, where you want to be, and there's many different ways to get there.
Community colleges would be removed from the property tax system, generating $150 to $175 million.
It made sense, I think, when the community colleges were developed that the areas where those community colleges were would pay for those through property tax. But today that system has changed a lot, and we believe that it makes more sense that that be funded with state general funds, just like the university and other state educational areas.
Part 2, remove agriculture and business manufacturing equipment from property tax rolls.
There's a lot of inequity in how that's taxed.
And also increase the homestead exemption, applying to both rural and urban homeowners. For year 3, it would call on the legislature to broaden the sales tax base, increasing tax on items consumers use.
That in general, we believe that the sales tax system is, has a fairness component to it. If that tax is placed on things that everyone uses, all of that money would be directed towards property tax relief. It could not be used for new spending.
For all of it too, people are going to ask you, you don't want to take money away from schools, and you want that relief, but the money has to come from somewhere. And you've kind of addressed a lot of that, and consumers might be thinking, I don't want more tax on my soda, for instance, or anything like that. So you do take all of that into consideration?
Oh, we do, and obviously, again, it really comes back to no one likes to be taxed, and everyone believes that their taxes are too high. What we're talking about here is really a balance, and it's a balance between the different sources of revenue, and then a balance between what the needs really are. And certainly we support K-12 education, and we aren't looking to take money away from that. In fact, actually, in some of these property tax adjustments would really help a lot of rural schools that don't get state aid today.
It's nice to see a plan at least develop, and maybe even just be maybe a map to get started even.
And then I think it's just important to really lay it out and look at all of the issues. And again, I keep coming back to the fact that I think everyone in the state wants Nebraska to be strong. We want to be attractive for people to come here. We want to have strong jobs. But of course, from our Farm Bureau perspective or from the agriculture perspective, we know that agriculture is a huge part of our economy in the state, and we don't want to hurt that part of the economy. We want that part of the economy to continue to be strong too.
Thank you for laying this out for us. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you very much.
Of course, a big thing, a lot of you out there probably want to plan your week ahead here. We have your Grow Forecast coming up.
And later in the show, meet our farm family of the month. Stay with us.